Oh no, oh no. Girl, you ate this face up. As you said you would. You said you would eat this face up. You know what you did? Exactly that. So, hi girl, it's Friday night. And you caught me right in the middle of me doing my makeup. I'm gonna go out tonight. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna take you with me. I'm not even sure at this point if I'm actually gonna go out, but I'm gonna do my makeup anyway. So yeah, how has your week been, girl? Mine has been okay. I mean, it's nothing much to say about anything, honestly. So I just wanted to chat about a recent video I posted in the long form. I was like on Sunday, so I had posted a video, and I was just talking about the last 6 months and what has happened, the glow up journey. As you know, I've been telling you about it, girl. Hope you haven't forgotten. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because, girl, one thing I realized is that small efforts really do go a long way. Oh, this baby is my favorite, but opening her up is it's like a mission every single time, like every single time. So, and I wanna do like my blush before, you know, the new thing we do, girl. You know the new thing we do. So anyway, I posted a video and I was talking about what has happened in the last few months. I was talking about what happened in the last few months in terms of my glow up journey. And you know what? I realized that small efforts matter. You know, small efforts, sometimes it's just literally about just showing up. Like, you actually showing up for yourself matters. Even in the smallest of ways. Just showing up really does make a difference. And I realized that no, I don't know if I wanted to be, because I'm trying to try something different. I'm trying to be a different girly. But I realized that small efforts really do matter. Ooh. Let's play with makeup, guys. Let's play with makeup, girl. So yeah, girl. So I realized that showing up for yourself is you creating habits for yourself to, it's almost like you are aligning your brain to know that it's okay to show up and show out, and you are training your brain that you are also important. Your relationship with yourself is also important, and therefore it becomes easier as you practice showing up for yourself. And those small steps in the beginning, right, those small steps in the beginning of you actively showing up for yourself are training your brain to show up for bigger things, and they no longer as scary as they were before. I think that every single time I show up for myself, even with the small little things that are seemingly not important, I'm training myself to put myself first. It builds a certain expectation in your brain that, hey, you know what, I also matter, and I also need to put myself first. I think building up habits of constantly having small wins, like when they say sometimes you need just a small win. I was watching what series, you remember we watched it, the coupon thing. So it was on Netflix, and this lady this lady was a coupon queen, and she no, actually she was an Olympian, right? She was an Olympian, but in one of those, like, not necessarily popular categories. Like, no one knows about these categories and stuff except her and a few super Olympians. Like, I think it was walking or something, super walking or fun walking or whatever that is. So she was stuck in a loveless marriage, she was stuck in a loveless marriage, and she felt like her life was not going anywhere. You know, she had this like huge win, and after that she moved back home to a small town, and life kind of went back to factory setting, you know. So one day she's eating, she goes, like, she's having one of those bad days. She goes to the shop and she buys cereal. After buying the cereal, she then eats it, and it feels like it's stale. Like, oh my god, like, you know what, when you're having one of those days where it's like 3 for 3, those days where it's like, what else could go wrong? So she was having one of those days where it's like every single thing that could go wrong was going wrong. So then she's like, you know what? I'm not gonna have this. Like, this is it for me. Okay, I'm not doing this today. So what she decides to do then is she decides to she decides to write an email to this company. So she goes on her laptop, she writes an email, she writes, and she sends it to a company. So the company responds like a few days later or a while later. The company responds like, oh, sorry that you got such a bad experience with our product. Here's a coupon, right? And mind you, she was into couponing already, but she never knew that you could get extra coupons from reviewing products, especially if you were not happy with the product. You can just tell them that you were not happy, and they'll do the do's. That was a shock for her, that, oh my god, you can actually do this. So she does it for other products. Now it's a high. You get a win. You get that small win. Sometimes all you need is that small win. And I realized that it really changes a lot. It trains your brain to accept victory. It trains your brain to accept victory, because now you know that you are capable of winning. That's why I'm saying that showing up for yourself is very, very important, even in the smallest regard. Like, even when things don't seem like they're a big deal, take them as a big deal. Take them as a big deal, because then after that she's like, oh my god, okay, I'm back on the winning streak. So she starts writing emails now. She starts complaining about everything. I mean, you take what's useful from people's stories, especially this one, because it's honestly just a crime story, and she had a lot of bad habits. However, the main point is the same. So after that she went berserk. So she starts getting a small win, and that changes everything for her story, because obviously now she's back on a winning streak, and she feels like she's confident enough to even divorce her husband. It's like, dude, you not even all of that, and I'm done with this relationship, and right. So yeah, she divorces her husband, and she gets like so I watched this like a while back, so I don't really put a lot here. So I watched it a while back, so I don't remember the storyline, but I remember the lesson. And we are talking about the lesson I learned from that whole storyline. So yeah, she then told her friend about this, and then she realized that actually I could sell these coupons, because I don't need all of them. Sometimes I don't necessarily need this product, but I have a coupon for it because I complained about it, or I know how to complain about it. So her and her friend then start having this company going, where they are complaining and selling these coupons. So now there becomes a demand, because they're selling these coupons for cheap. The thing is, people are not getting enough of these coupons when they are buying these products, so there's a demand for coupons. So what they do is they're like, we need to figure out so they're like, we need to figure out how to get more coupons, because we have a demand now. We are running a legit company of selling coupons, so we need to find more coupons, right, for our clients. So then they hit a slump, like they hit a wall, and now they have to figure out how to get more coupons, especially for the high demand that they're now experiencing. And then one day when the main character is like browsing through the coupons, she then realizes that, oh, these coupons are made in Mexico. So what I can do is I can get someone to print out these coupons for me. You know, as if that's not fraud, but it's like, actually we can get someone to. So obviously now they then find a supplier in Mexico, and that person supplies them with a coupon. So they're now running a full-on scam out of, they're running a full-on scam now that they are selling these coupons. And so now it becomes tricky because these coupons are controlled. Like, they're controlled. So the people that are printing these coupons, they know how many coupons are in the market or how many coupons are supposed to be in the market. So obviously that raised red flags, that why is there a surplus of coupons? Now we are not making money from these products because there seems to be a surplus of coupons. And then they investigated, and obviously they found them out that they have been scamming. But I say this to say this, right? Sometimes you just need a small win. And in order to have a small win, you have to keep showing up for yourself. You have to keep showing up, even though it's not easy. I mean, I'm saying this to encourage myself also, that, you know, it's not easy. But I've decided that, let me just keep showing up for myself. Because I remember even in the last video, if you checked it out, that I was saying that I'm gonna take a break from this whole, video making thing, because I feel like it's not working for me. But then I remembered the story that, this girl just needed that one small win, and it changed her life for the better. I mean, for one, besides being a whole scammer and now living a life of crime, she was she actually managed to get out of a very toxic marriage for her. She managed to dream big for herself. Questionably big, but she managed to dream big and change the way her life was going. So yeah, I mean, showing up for yourself is not easy. That much I know. It's not easy, girl. But the more you train that muscle, that you know what, I am worthy of every good thing, the more you train that muscle, it's the more that muscle gets strong, and you literally are even gonna be able to show up in spaces where you were not able to show up for yourself before, because now you have proof that you can do it. You have proof that actually I'm that girl. Actually I'm really a big deal, and I need to take myself seriously, because I've done one, two, three. I've been able to lose a certain amount of weight. I've been able to apply for that dream job. I've been able to show up in small spaces that really won't change a lot, but I was able to go to that event by myself. I was able to sign up for the class by myself, and because of those small steps, I trained myself that, what, you are able to do hard things. You are able to do anything you put your mind to. So sometimes you just need a small win. You don't need a big one. Sometimes you just need a small win. That win will convince you and your brain that you are that girl. That girl who can do things, who can get things done, who can show up for herself and really commit, you know? So yeah, that's what I've been learning. That's what I learned this week. That's what I've been thinking about a lot this week. That, um let me not give up. Let me stick around and find out, Let me stick around and find out how further this journey can take me. How about you? When have you ever felt like you proved to yourself that you can do this? You know? Like, you can do this, girl. When last did you feel like that? Like, oh my god, I can do this. Hard as it is, I can do this. And actually prove yourself right. You know? I don't want big things. Like, okay, yes, we are manifesting big things. We want big things for ourselves. But this is not what this video is about. This particular one is showing up for ourselves in small ways. You know, showing up for ourselves in the smallest of ways that are small but impactful, like that change everything. You know, that make us believe. You know, those small moments that make you believe that, okay, actually, I'm the girl. I'm that girl. You know, that girl I think I am. Definitely that girl. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all like-minded friends.